This audio overview is an independent summary and opinion. It does not reproduce or replace the original work. All rights belong to the original author and publisher. Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're plunging headfirst into Alice Feeney's Beautiful Ugly. I mean, this is a book that doesn't just dabble in psychological thrillers. It really feels like it reinvents things.
It really does.
Picture this. You've got a New York Times bestselling author, right? But his wife vanished a year ago, and now he's stuck on this remote Scottish island.
Classic Feeney setup.
Totally. And as always with her, absolutely nothing is as it seems. So our mission here in this deep dive is to give you a really solid overview, but totally spoiler-free. We'll cover the premise, the characters who are fascinating, the themes, the writing style.
And help you figure out if it's one for the TBR pile.
Exactly. Your to-be-read pile, for anyone wondering.
Well, what's truly fascinating here, and Feeney is just a master at this, is her reputation for these incredibly intricate plots. And, crucially, the unreliable narrators.
Yes, the narrators you just can't quite trust.
Exactly, whether it's their bias, their mental state, maybe hidden agendas.
And Beautiful Ugly is, well, it's pure Feeney in that regard. It's actually a unique challenge summarizing a book like this, one that constantly shifts your perception.
Makes you think critically from page one, doesn't it?
It really does. You're questioning everything right alongside the protagonist. It's quite the skill she has.
That's what makes her stuff so compelling, right? That constant unease, never quite knowing what's real. So, okay, let's set the stage, the premise. It really kicks off this whole nightmare. We meet Grady Green. He's a writer, and he's really at a crossroads. Just hit the bestseller list, New York Times, the big one, something he's worked a decade for.
Huge achievement.
Massive.
Yeah.
But it's completely overshadowed because his wife, Abby, she's been missing for a whole year. He's just adrift. Grief, confusion, it's paralyzed him. His writing, too.
Precisely. And in this sort of desperate attempt to deal with the writer's block, the grief, he takes this rather odd offer. His agent, Kitty Goldman, she gives him this remote writing cabin on the Isle of Amberley. Sounds idyllic almost.
Almost. It's described as, an hour from London, but it feels like a million miles away.
Yeah.
His only neighbor are sheep. Literally.
So sheep, wow.
And the odd local, yeah. So this isolation, it's meant to be for solitude, quiet, maybe a fresh start, get writing again, process the loss.
A classic setup.
But Feeney twists it, of course,
Yeah.
into something much more unsettling.
Solitude of psychological torture, yeah, it depends on the day. And the atmosphere she creates there, wow. The descriptions of the highlands, they're stunning. You can almost picture the green trees, the lochs, the mountains.
Beautiful, yeah.
But even with all that beauty, there's this immediate strangeness. Like the ferry barely runs. No mobile signal, no internet, total cutoff.
A modern nightmare for some.
Totally. And he finds this island map, and there's a sign on it that just says, "You are not here." Creepy, right?
Very unsettling.
And then this quiet. Like an unnatural quiet because birds are banned on the island. Banned.
That detail about the birds, that really stuck with me too. It's subtle, but it just makes the place feel wrong instantly.
Exactly. Puts you right on edge.
And amidst all this growing confusion, Grady does have one constant. His dog, Columbo, a black lab.
Ah, Columbo. Gotta love a loyal dog in a thriller.
He's vital. A grounding presence, often the only source of, pure comfort for Grady in this increasingly bizarre reality. He's just there, loyal.
Which must contrast so much with the human relationship.
Oh, massively. It really underscores Grady's isolation, actually.
It's those grounding bits that make the unraveling feel even stronger, and this blurring of reality where Grady starts questioning his own mind. That leads us right into the themes, doesn't it? Like grief, loss, memory. How does Feeney tackle those?
Well, that's where her genius really shines, I think. She shows how grief doesn't just, cloud your judgment. It actively reconstructs your reality. Grady keeps seeing Abby, hearing her voice in shops, on mountains, on a dead phone line.
So it's more than just him missing her.
It feels like it, yeah. There are these vivid manifestations of a mind desperate to hold on.
Yeah.
It makes you really question how loss can just warp everything. He starts wondering, is it exhaustion? Is it this weird bog myrtle tea they drink there? Or something else entirely?
Right, and that connects to the bigger picture, like truth versus perception, identity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The island itself embodies that duality. It's gorgeous, but it has this dark history. Legends of the children of the mist, whispers of tragedies, a village built where witches were burned. It's heavy.
Wow. gothic undertones.
Definitely. And that history mirrors Grady's internal struggle. His monologues reveal, his parents abandoning him, his feelings of inadequacy, his drinking.
Yeah.
It all blurs his own sense of self.
And the title itself, Beautiful Ugly.
Yeah, that becomes this kind of philosophy in the book, life's dualities, finding beauty in imperfection, how love can be both wonderful and terrible, how people, relationships, the world, it all holds light and darkness.
So the tone is suspenseful.
Deeply psychological, yeah.
Yeah.
With definite gothic mystery vibes, isolated setting, hidden secrets, that creeping sense of dread. You, as the reader, are constantly second-guessing what's real. Just like Grady, it's immersive, sometimes disorienting.
That constant questioning sounds intense. And it's not just Grady's head, right? You mentioned the island holds secrets. The other people there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Which brings us right to that theme of secrets and deception. It permeates everything. The Islanders, Sandy, who's the sheriff and the fairy woman,
Busy woman.
right? Her sister Midge, Cora at the shop, Reverend Melody. They all seem to know more than they're saying. It's this tight-knit, almost impenetrable community. Their own rules, their own buried past.
Like a hidden truth just bubbling under the surface.
Exactly. And Grady, the outsider, is just stumbling right into it, shaking things up.
And this communal secrecy, it also touches on control, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Agency.
It really does. Especially with the island structure. You find out about the Isle of Amberley Trust. It's women-led, took control after past tragedies, kids lost in caves, a famine.
So they're protecting their own.
Fiercely. And their collective agency, their control over the island's narrative, it starkly contrasts with Grady's loss of control. Over his life, his story, even his sanity. He's like a pawn, while these women hold all the cards, all the knowledge.
Sounds like the island itself is a major character, full of secrets. But let's talk individuals. Grady Green, we know he's unreliable, but what makes him compelling? He sounds quite flawed.
Oh, he is. Consumed by grief, self-pity, but he's also dedicated to his writing, loves his dog. He sees himself as this sensitive artist, I just make things up for a living, but struggles with actual relationships, with success.
Relatable, in a way.
Very human, yeah. His love for Abby, however complicated, drives him. His turmoil makes him relatable, even when you're questioning his actions, his perceptions. Feeney really gets you inside his fractured mind. We feel his anxiety, his doubt. Columbo, the dog, is like this anchor of warmth in all that chaos.
A study in how loss fractures reality. And Abby, we only see her through his eyes at first.
Initially, yes. Filtered through his grief, often idealized. But then, through flashbacks, other perspectives, we learn she was this independent, award-winning journalist. Believed in truth above all other things.
Quite different from Grady's version, maybe?
Definitely layers there. We find out she felt trapped, fading in the marriage, wanted something more. And she has her own hidden connection to Amberley, her own past traumas. She becomes this figure of hidden strength. Even their little phrase, "I hope you die in your sleep," which sounds loving.
Oh.
Yeah, it gets much darker layers as things unfold. Makes you rethink everything about them.
Chilling. And Kitty Goldman, the agent, Abby's godmother.
She's key. Presented as ruthless and business dumps authors when they stop selling. Harsh.
Publishing world reality check.
Right. But also fiercely loyal to Abby. Grady even thinks Kitty loved Abby more than him. Her own past, her ex-husband Charles Whitaker, who owned the cabin originally. It all adds intrigue. She's not just background, she's woven right in.
Complex character. And the Islanders. Sandy and Midge.
Far more than just quirky locals. Initially, they seem eccentric, maybe a bit odd, but you quickly see deeper motives. Protective, sometimes sinister. They really embody the island's collective spirit, its secrets. Gatekeepers, guardians.
Don't cross them.
Definitely not. They represent this powerful, almost ancient force protecting their world.
Sounds like a place you'd want to tread very, very carefully. Okay, Feeney's writing style, a masterclass, you said. The emotional impact must be huge.
Immense. You're right there in Grady's fragmented head. You feel his confusion, his fear, his sorrow. It's visceral.
And the dual narratives, Abby's parts from 1 week before she disappeared, how do they work?
Brilliantly. They're crucial. They don't just give another angle. They actively dismantle what you think you know. Force you to question memory, perspective.
Keeps you constantly guessing.
Constantly. And the pacing, exceptional. Short chapters, cliffhangers everywhere. This constant drip feed of unsettling info makes it so hard to put down.
Propulsive.
Totally. And the unreliable narrator thing is just masterful. Her prose is direct, but vivid. Especially the descriptions of Scotland. They add so much atmosphere, that isolation, that mystery.
It's not just scenery, it's part of the tension.
Exactly. Plus, she throws in things like newspaper clippings, letters, even a magic 8-ball's cryptic answers. Adds layers, makes you feel like you're piecing together this fractured puzzle yourself.
That's a perfect way to put it, how she hooks you in. So bottom line, who is this book for?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd wholeheartedly recommend Beautiful Ugly if you love psychological thrillers. The kind with intricate, unpredictable plots that keep you guessing right up to the end.
Definitely for the twist lovers.
Oh, yeah. And if you enjoy unreliable narrators, stories that mess with your perception of reality, this is for you. Also, if you love atmospheric settings, those isolated, mysterious places that feel alive, Amberley delivers. And of course, complex characters dealing with grief, identity, deep secrets. It's all here. Fans of Feeney's other books, like Sometimes I Lie or Rock, Paper, Scissors, you'll recognize her signature style and those mind-bending twists she does so well.
Absolutely. And, thinking about it, this book really leaves you with something to chew on. It raises this important question, I think.
Go on.
Well, in a world where even our closest relationships can be, beautiful, ugly, full of connection, but also imperfection, maybe even darkness, and where the stories we tell ourselves might be the biggest lies. How do we ever truly know ourselves? Or the people we love?
Wow, that's, definitely something to ponder long after you finish the book.